All right. Enough of disclaimers. Hey, everybody. Welcome to American Courts presenting Court Addict Live with ATX Alli. Let's see if we can make
Hi,
the memo longer.
guys.
We got a whole bunch of comments to look at, and it's always distracting to me. So why don't you say hey to everyone, Alli, and I'll get distracted with comments.
All right. Hi, everybody. I'm so glad that we're back. We've been gone for about 3 weeks, and I blame it all on Bill, but that's okay. No. Yeah, we've all been busy. The holidays are coming up. I hope everybody's got their Christmas shopping done and their decorations up and are feeling very festive. I'll start out the show with good news. Some of you may know that when we started the show, I wasn't on camera a lot or at all. And the reason is because we had some family issues that had to deal with custody over my nephew. And I didn't want the things discussed in the show to hurt that. But 2 days ago, was it 2 days ago? 2 days ago. 2 days ago, we got my nephew back. We hadn't had him in 14 months. It's been a long court battle. We finally got him. He's now in our custody, hopefully permanently. And it's been the greatest Christmas present ever. We were going to go do, I think maybe it was 3 days ago he came in. Anyways, Thursday night I was going to take him and his stepbrothers all Christmas light viewing and got everybody loaded up in the car and drove back to the neighborhood just to immediately get a flat tire in the 4 brand new tires I just bought. Well, one tire was flat, but I had just bought 4 brand new tires. So had to get the flat fixed and postpone it, the Christmas light watching to last night. But we did it last night. It was super fun and it was great. And it's so great having my nephew back. And it's been a Christmas miracle and happiness, and I couldn't be happier. And now I'm back with all you guys. So it's been all good. I'm super happy.
Okay. So with that great story, help me understand why you got your nephew. I'm just saying, well, how's your nephew in your world? Not. I'm just saying.
So it's my husband's brother's son. So it's my brother-in-law's son. And my brother-in-law's ex-wife lives in Seattle and had my nephew in Seattle. So it wasn't like we could just go down the street and get him. It was flights, and every time we'd go to pick him up, she wouldn't release him, and we'd call the cops, and the cops would show up and they say, sorry, we can't do anything with the civil order. It's not criminal. Go to court. And so she had to be threatened with jail. Like, she gave him back the day before she was going to have to be ordered to jail at the last minute. So, yeah, now he's here in Austin with us, and we couldn't be happier. And it's just been a really long battle in courts, and couldn't be happier to have him back.
Okay. So, and it's a little kid, like 10 or under?
He's 5. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So he don't, all he knows is it's not as cold, right?
Yeah. Yeah. He's happy to be back, and I couldn't be happier to have him. So.
Okay. Well, we got some videos. We're going to start off with videos. Yes. I would say that this is my second favorite creator. So let's go to this video here.
Some stupid guy with some stupid channel.
With me for as long as we've had. You're over there.
Because I have a cold, y'all. Cold weather. I apologize. So can I please speak on the breathalyzer?
No.
Y'all might recognize this guy.
Yeah, this guy's been in court with, I know most notably the red shirt guy. For some reason, I always remember him wearing a red shirt, and so today he's in blue shirt.
Yeah, I think that's right.
And so, yeah, he's a mess. You always gotta love Snoopy's comments. I'm gonna try to change some of that. I can't read none of that stuff in the background.
Yeah.
So, yeah, y'all gotta help me with these stuff. If you can't read the comments, let me know, because I certainly, there we go.
There we go.
My vision's not great anyways, and so y'all gotta let me know if y'all can't read stuff. Fozzie's normally good at sending me a message, letting me know, hey, that looks horrible. And so, yeah. So we're gonna go. Let's see what Judge Fleischer's got with this guy this week.
Disclosed. I'm assuming that's our issue here today. Spoken with Mr. Jones about that. Pressed upon him the need for perfection here.
This is no tolerance. Absolutely no tolerance, because we've had one issue after the other. Testing positive for here, doing that over there. We've literally let you go over and over and over. And there's absolutely no excuse for the missed blows. How many missed blows do we have?
Yeah, he has something like 19 violations.
But Judge, I would ask if possible, as I'm not the lead on this case, and I know Dustin has had history with the court and Mr. Jones here on this case, if you would consider holding on the consideration of this matter until he returns on Tuesday of next week. So that he can
I'm
hear-
sorry, Ben, I can't. I have to know, you have to know that we mean business. I'm not here to toy with you and play games with you. Know what the expectation is in this court. You've been with me for as long as we've had. You're over there.
Because I have a cold, y'all. Cold weather. I apologize. So can I please speak on the breathalyzer?
No.
Just
You
told me
know
last
what the expectation is. You have 19 missed tests. That's it. I'm sorry, Ben, I can't. You're here in his stead. You're a capable and outstanding lawyer. I have the utmost respect for you, but 19 missed tests are 19 missed tests. And I've been telling him since the absolute beginning, there's just no tolerance.
Please,
No.
And
It's you.
but to his credit, Your Honor, we have no positive UAs. He's been here on weekly UAs, so there's no indication that he's using this to obfuscate, for alcohol.
I go to sleep early, man.
Test. And he is blowing outside the window, so we don't know what he's doing.
My God, sir, I go to sleep at 8 o'clock every night, sir. It's just the 10 o'clock ones, and I get my 5 o'clock one first thing in the morning, Your Honor.
And you come here and you ask.
Oh, they just told me about this last week in pretrial over there, and they said that I had the 45-day miss.
You have 19 missed blows, dude. Covering the camera.
Please, Honor. I will do anything. I'll even go on that drug ankle mode. I'll do anything, Your Honor. I'm really trying here. I swear to God, I will do anything you want me to do if you just please let me stay free. I swear to God, Your Honor, I'm really trying here. Please, Your Honor. It's just I don't even drink.
From the 15th of November, you have been skipping tests. You have been to this court.
I go to sleep at 10 o'clock, and I still did the ones later on when I do wake up, and they told me this just last week, Your Honor. I swear to God. I swear on everything I love.
You know.
Please give me a chance, Your Honor.
Testing schedule is, and I've given you one
I started
pass after the other. He goes with you. No.
Oh my God.
Your Honor, may we discuss setting a new bond further?
Of course.
Oh my gosh. Why? Please, I'm trying here. I'm trying to do everything.
Goes with you.
Oh my gosh.
Bond is at 5,001 now because of the prior violations. I will now set it at 10,002. I'm sorry, Ben, but he's tested positive literally over and over and over. He continues to test positive for marijuana. When I've told him to stop, he's tested positive for opiates. He's tested positive for this. Now he's skipping blows. He has obscured the camera as well?
It's not necessarily that he's obscured the camera, but it's too dark to use it. It doesn't mean that there's.
It's the same thing. If we can't see you in the camera, then you're fooling. And I'm done with the fooling. That's it. I know that Dustin's gonna be pissed, but I mean, I've got it in black and white. And Dustin knows that it's no tolerance.
Consider 7502, Judge, for bond.
Okay, Ben. Okay. Great. But he has to know that we mean business, man. If I let him go now, I'm enabling, and I'm not gonna do that. I can't. But fine. Because fine. All right, 7502.
So, do you remember that old TV show Real World? MTV used to have it. Wouldn't you love to be able to take the defense attorneys and prosecutors kind of behind the scenes and have them just sit there and just spill the beans on the clients? Just kind of, like, yeah, I knew he was going to fail it, but, I got to act like I'm, rooting for him. I got to act like I didn't want him to go to jail on it, but.
Yeah, probably. Now, this guy previously had said that he was on methadone, and I remember the judge saying, like, why are you taking it? And the guy didn't really articulate why he was taking it well, and the judge didn't seem like he was familiar with what methadone was treated for. I just thought it was interesting that he had said that, and he didn't bring that up now. And somebody had asked, why did they allow him to get to 19 violations? Each violation is every missed test. So if he has to test 3 times a day, like at the portable, and he missed 3 times, that's 3 violations. So that's how they got accumulated so fast without them bringing him in. So, But yeah,
Yeah.
Big and Raiders, welcome. Thank you so much for coming in.
Yeah, thank you much, everybody. This was the one that Siva girl and Nan were getting deleted comments in Fleischer's court because they, everybody's wanting to throw out medicine. And everybody was wanting to correct. The judge was, the judge was giving what his understanding about all these drugs were, and Siva girl was talking a lot about the different. The different needs for it and medicines for it and how all that stuff works, going into the science of it. And Nan was, and we're just left and right, just delete. And I got to talk with Siva girl later, and I was like, hey, you got to calm down on that, because the judge is not a doctor. The judge didn't go to medical school. He sees the craziness. He sees the mess that's caused by some of this medicine. And look, I'll be honest with you, when I see methadone and all that stuff, how in the hell did he get a membership on both of them? Thank you, Nancy.
Anyway.
Thank you, Nancy. That's the goofiest damn thing. But anyways, thank you, Big and Raiders. Thank you so much for coming over here. That completely threw me off. I swear, I'm getting more and more like my dog every day. But but the judge, the judges don't have medical degrees, and they can't go through all that schooling to understand all that. And heck, when you talk to doctors, some doctors don't really truly understand those medicines and what they do to you or what they do for you or against you.
Or how they interact with one another. I mean, because you get so many different doctors prescribing different things, and they don't necessarily know how they're going to interact. That's really a pharmacist's job. Like, doctors don't have a lot of pharmacology experience and knowledge. Like, that's really what a pharmacist, that's kind of like, that's their specialty, to catch and see what all you've got prescribed to make sure there's no counterindications and whatnot. So it's hard. It's a science for a reason.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And the patient, defendant, he's wearing several hats at the moment. He's certainly not going to be able to articulate well why he's on it. He's on it just to stay alive. He's on it so that he doesn't mess up. He's on it to, ease that pain or whatever that comes from.
Right.
I get so happy when I see those Big and Raids. That's great of Big. And thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for y'all being here. Last night was a great show with the Big and Raid. Seeing a lot of friendly names, friendly faces. We're going to get back into Judge Fleischer.
Hi,
Judge, this is a case where she's working on her GED. Now she is. It's taking a long time because.
Coriel Dixon, come up.
And Judge, just really quick, I spoke with the prosecutor about an alternative PTI.
No. She's got to get her GED, dude.
She's working on it. She's doing the classes.
Let's see.
She sent me an email from
If anything, have you done for your GED?
And what I did for it,
What have you done?
I went to a class and then I tried to go yesterday. They canceled it, and he also.
You went the day before court.
And I also went before.
Judge, she's been going. She's been going before even the last court date, and we
Prove it.
I can take some.
In this life, you are only as good as the proof that you don't have. If you don't have proof, you have nothing. Spoken word means absolutely nothing.
I was rooting for her. She really needed to come up with some information.
That she sent me saying that she's been going to the classes and that class was canceled on the 4th yesterday.
Thank you, Fozzie.
Look at Fozzie.
But she did, attempt to go to class. So she's been going. She did already take a test, and this is the one where she did fail.
Thank you, Fozzie. Thank you, Tupac.
Thank you,
So she's
Tupac.
been working on it.
Is it Tupac?
It's not.
Yeah.
I mean,
Let's start
here
thinking of
we
the
are.
rapper.
How many resets have we had? We've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 resets since May. You're now in December. You have had 5 to 6 months. Show me the money. Otherwise, it's not going to go well for you today, Ms. Dixon.
Oh, he is ready for her
Show
to go.
me. 5 to 6 months.
And Judge, this was a case where she was paying for the classes, and then she had to then enroll into the free program, which she's been doing for the last
Hey, Pamela.
little bit.
Revette, thank you.
Revette's
You playing
throwing
Candy
up.
Crush? What's going on over there?
Yeah, everybody's making the chat green. Love
Texting
it.
who?
The instructor, like what I'm supposed to show you. Because I don't have no food, like I don't have nothing.
Tell me what have you done?
I went to the class.
Okay. Which
Come on,
class
Dee,
did you
thank
go
you.
to?
GED resource.
Okay. And what, because the way I understand it, there are different modules that you do. You do science, you do language arts, you do math, you do, and whatever else it may be. You go through
Thank
each
you,
section,
Painted
you
Blonde,
complete it,
Jennifer.
take a test, and then when you're done with everything, you take an overall test, and then you get a diploma.
That's not
What have you done?
What she's doing on her phone? What she's doing up on her phone? She's supposed to be taking GED classes. She was supposed to be going to school, and she had no evidence that she was going to school. So the doctor told her she's got to come up with some information, or she's going to end up going to jail. And so she's looking
the
on her.
judge told her, but yeah.
What did I say?
Doctor, but it's okay.
Oh. Well, hell, he may be
the
a
doctor
doctor
probably
too.
told her too.
So Dr. Judge told her. Dr. Judge
Dr.
told her
Judge.
told her to she got to come up with that information. I'm still
I
thinking
think
about that last guy.
Dr. Judges go to the school at the same places that rocket surgeons go to school at.
Okay. All right. Well, this judge told her to get her GED or go to jail. And so she showed up at court with no evidence that she's done anything towards getting her GED. The doctor's calling her out on it.
And they've reset her case 12 times in the last 6-7 months.
Yeah.
So she's had lots of times and lots of resets to get it done. So he's done waiting.
Yeah.
But yeah, just wait. It gets better. Thank you, Donald.
You said you
I
would.
miss you too.
Idaho, you said you will, but Bill got mad last time. Well, I don't believe I've ever been mad at you, Idaho. Never been mad at you ever. Never.
He gets mad at me. Nobody else. He reserves all of his anger.
Yes,
for me.
I get very, very aggressive and very mad at Alli. I'll admit to that. Yep, I do. But no, it's raining membership. You're right, Big Tiff Talk. Thank you guys so much. I'm gonna get through this because I hate it. I hate it when people pause videos, and I don't want to be that guy.
Explaining on how everything's going to go, and I was going to finish everything else Wednesday when I was going to go, but the class was canceled.
Who is the provider that you have?
His name is.
Grab me a phone number because I'd like to call them right now.
I have a number for you, Judge.
So Pamela, while he's looking that up, I'm going to mention that I was one of those guys. I thought it was just a show. I thought he was being theatrical, and it took me a while. I was very cautious with Judge Fleischer. He was entertaining, but I truly didn't know if he was being serious, or I truly didn't know if he was just showing up for a camera. And it took me a while, but I've come around to it, and it's plain to see that he cares a lot about people. He may care too much about people, and it may cause him more trouble than it's worth sometimes. I'm sure that's why he's a judge. I'm not. That's why he puts in all that effort to be a judge, and I wouldn't think it would be worth it. And so I'm glad he's there. I'm sure the people are glad he's there, and he certainly helped things get better in that county.
And I can say, having met him a couple of times, what you see is what you get. Like, what you see on camera is exactly how he is in person. Like, he's just as passionate about helping people, just as sweet, just as warm, just as funny. Like, he really is that person in real life too. It's definitely not an on-screen persona.
So there you got Alli name dropping. Oh yeah. When I met him, when we went out to lunch, and when we hung out,
Mr. Jackson,
does he call you? No. Does he call you for help too? Does he call you? He doesn't call you for advice.
No.
Okay. He doesn't call me either. So, but here's the judge is calling her teacher, calling the teacher of the place to find out if she's actually showing up.
Yes, my name is David Fleischer. I'm a judge here in Harris County. And I have someone that's with me in our court, and she's doing a program with you guys to try to get a GED. I'd like to confirm that's
Thank you, Donald.
Coriel Dixon. So Wednesday and Thursday, and then did you say every other Saturday?
I'm not crazy. I
Okay.
thought they put them on speakerphone.
And then, so how does it work as far as getting the diploma? Do you do different classes as far as science, math, and how do you at the end get it? Can I put you? I have her in front of me. Can I put you on speakerphone so that she can hear this as well?
There you go.
You mind?
You're right. You remember.
Hold on. So, I've got him. Okay,
Hello?
Mr. Jackson?
Order in the court, please.
Okay, tell me, how goes it?
So, yeah, it's kind of twofold. They take an assessment. Based on that assessment, allows me to know where the student is as far as their grade level in math and in reading. Based on that, they go on 2 tracks. And so one track is like a probation education where we're just literally working on kind of some elementary reading and math skills.
Okay.
Or a GED track where they're ready for GED contests. And so, yeah, and I usually just, go from there. I work with my GED students individually. And
how long does the process take? And how long can we expect it?
Well, so that's honestly kind of a loaded question. Depends on where they fall. I believe Coriel scored pretty well.
Great.
So yeah, and I've worked with people that have gotten the GED in 3 weeks. I've worked with people that got the GED in 2 years.
I can't do 3 years. That's too much.
Well,
I know, I'm kidding.
No, I understand that.
She's been faithfully attending, though. Yay or nay?
Yes.
Okay, great.
And with some consistency, 3 to 4 months, maybe less.
That sounds great.
That's just me ballparking.
I'd like to stick with it because I think at the end of the game, our goal here is that she ends with that diploma. And I think that would be a win for everybody. I'm calling you. I want to make sure that everything's going well, that she's attending, faithfully attending and doing well. And it sounds like you're saying that this is what's been happening.
Yes.
Great. Okay, so I'm just going to continue everything. Just continue to go, Miss Dixon. I mean, you got, like what he's saying, if you continue at it 2 to 3 months, you'll end up with your diploma. Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Jackson. I really appreciate your help. You've been great.
No problem, Judge. You take
Okay.
care.
You too. Thank you, sir. Bye. Great. Good job. Just keep at it. Okay. So let's set it 30 days. I want to ride this through. You're so close to being through. All you got to do is see it to the end, and then everything great will happen for you here as well. Okay. All right. Good job. All right.
So listening to that music there at the end reminded me, my son being home, he's got me playing bass guitar again, working on some songs with him, and so I've been blowing up some people's discords with some of his music, and we are definitely having fun, and so.
Yeah, I know you've been blowing mine up. I love it. It's great.
Yep. It's great until about 2 o'clock in the morning. About 3 o'clock in the morning, it starts getting old. About 4 o'clock in the morning, it's just all right. That's enough. Be done.
That's why you got to build him like a soundproof room so he can just go in and jam out and not bug you guys.
No,
Get on that.
In the end, this is court act, so we're going to talk about the addiction stuff. I was just talking with him yesterday about how strong is he feeling? How strong is he? Is he having any problems with it? And he's not right now. He's still in. I call it the honeymoon phase. Right now, he's doing great. He's seeing all the opportunities. He's got a car, got a job. He's able to, go where he wants to go, do what he wants to do, and he's having a blast with it. I tried to get him to go to St. Augustine with me today to just kind of look around. He's like, "Yeah, that's kind of old people stuff. I think I'll probably do that in the next in 20 years from now." And I'm like, "Well, you got to survive
be fair,
them."
that tracks.
I said, "You got to survive them 20 years, man."
So. He does, but that's good. I'm so glad that he's happy and doing well and feeling good. Like that's amazing.
Yeah,
some people get out and then immediately crash and don't know how to function outside. So the fact that he's still in the honeymoon phase is a really good sign, and I hope he stays there.
Well, he started getting nervous. He the first I'd say the first 2 weeks or so, he didn't have a job immediately, and he started panicking. He started really panicking, and Jay, that's great. He was taking lessons at I think 7 or 8 years old. I'm just saying he took lessons all the way through, I think, until he was 17. But due to addiction and jail and incarceration, he didn't have much opportunity to play, and so he was able. So he got rusty, but now that he's back, he's come back with a maturity that he didn't have before. Before he had the aggression, he had the want for it, but now he's got the maturity and understanding, and he's able to
too.
What's that?
He's probably a lot more patient with himself in the learning process now too.
I think so. He's still he'll get mad like, dang it, why is this hard song hard to learn? I'm horrible. And then he'll kind of look around and see all the stuff that he's got, see how his world is, turning out. And so, it's good there. So Mama, that's how kids are. That's how kids are. When he was going to lessons, I was making him listen to Guns N' Roses and Aerosmith and all the bands that I grew up loving and liking, and he couldn't stand it. Wanted no part of it. And now I can mention a Aerosmith song from 1972 or 73, and he can just start playing it on guitar. And so it takes time. You almost have to. The day after you give up on them is when they finally say, "Okay, I'll come back in and I'll start acting right." But he's playing music now. It's an old Weezer album. He was talking about, he remembers me making him listen to when he was 10. And so he's starting to listen to it and learn it, and just really starting to appreciate it. And so, but
I watched a short the other day where the songwriter for Smoke on the Water was saying that it's just Beethoven's Fifth, but flipped. But in reverse. He's like, that's how I wrote the hook of Smoke on the Water. It's just basically Beethoven's Fifth. Instead of dun, 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 he just kind of flipped it. And that's how he came up with the dun, 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 dun. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah. Music theory is awesome. Jay from Michigan can, me and him could talk about it all day long. But the music theory is, because in the end, there's only so many different combinations, but it's the feeling of it. Like if I can listen to Joe Perry of Aerosmith, and I can just listen to a guitar in another room and tell that's him playing the guitar. And so, in E chord, my son can play an E chord in another room, and I know it's him playing it, not something on YouTube, not just someone strumming a guitar on YouTube. I can tell it's him. And he messes me up, because songs that I love, when my son learns it and plays it, now whenever I listen to the original song that I love, I'm like, my kid does it better. And so
that's awesome.
But that's the benefit of being a parent. So let's get to some of the craziness videos. You picked out some wild ones. So there's
some interesting ones.
This
next one is actually
bus?
It's a traffic stop, and it ends in a $10 million drug bust. And some of these you guys may have seen, but I like to replay them just from a different perspective and kind of get our take on it from the two perspectives that we have. So if you've seen them, stick around, because we might have different info on it.
Yeah. Thanks, Pamela, for the words of support on that, because music absolutely supported me. Music's, I've never done any drugs, never drank any alcohol, never even smoked a cigarette. I'm a wimp that way. But I've had plenty of other vices, plenty of other problems, and music has certainly helped me through it. My buddy Jay, she's no longer with us, she created a channel on the Discord for me to put music on there, and she'd always tell me she could tell what mood I was going to be in per day by what music I put on there. That's how she knew how to approach me on stuff. So she's
Good
certainly
tip.
there. Thank you so much, Jen and Justice Juniper.
Yeah.
Jen and Justice
it was
Juniper.
Jennifer Jupiter, but she changed it to Jen and Justice Jupiter. I like it. Juniper.
So many words. A lot of J's.
It's hard for you to word. Yeah.
Yes. Yes, but
All right, let's
I
watch
will
this
get
bust.
it. Thank you so much.
They say you should never commit a misdemeanor while committing a felony, but sometimes traffickers make mistakes that lead to busts worth millions. 3 women transporting hundreds of pounds of narcotics from the airport quickly discovered their so-called friendship wasn't as strong as they thought. With a suspiciously large amount of luggage in their car, the officers wasted no time calling in a canine unit. Meanwhile, the women claimed they were going to a funeral.
Y'all headed to? A funeral? Hang tight. Step out of the car for me.
What am I stepping out of the car for, sir?
Dog indicated. Go ahead and step out of the car for me.
Okay, what?
Step out of the car for me. Out of the vehicle for me. Please, go ahead and put your phones in there for me. No guns, nothing like that?
No, sir.
Okay, go ahead and step out for me.
Once they were separated, their stories started completely falling apart.
When's the funeral?
Huh?
When's the funeral?
It's today.
Oh, today? Okay. Hang tight for me right here. How do you know the other two?
We're family. We're like really close friends.
When's the funeral?
In 2 days.
In 2 days? Okay. All right, so you got time. Today?
Today, just with my cousins, going to a funeral.
Okay, so I'm gonna stop you right there, okay? The funeral story is BS, because I talk to everybody individually, okay? Nothing matches that, all right? So we can start over. What's going on today? Because you know and I know
Gonna
it's not
traffic
true, okay?
drugs.
So how
Get
did you
your
end up
story
here
straight.
with a bunch of narcotics?
I got to jump in here. I'm late on comments. So why do you suspect that Judge Fleischer is a big time Elvis Costello fan? I don't know much about Elvis Costello at all, but I can. Judge Fleischer's band is Van Halen. He's an Eddie Van Halen fan. I had an opportunity to interview him once, and I had to start listening to Van Halen so I could understand it. For some reason, Van Halen never interested me. It was never nothing for me. And I think I enjoy Eddie Van Halen. I think the singing is what throws me off of it. But Judge Fleischer, I've seen video of him playing, and he can play it note for note perfect. You'd think that he wrote the songs. He does so well. So it's definitely interesting to see how people play, and how the different music affects them. But I don't know Elvis Costello. I'll have to look him up. I've heard the name over the years. I've just never. I think there's just only so many hours in a day, and there's, I get to the point where if I like it, that's kind of when I'm going to stay in the corner, and I just kind of focus in on that. And so, I go.
He actually has Van Halen Vans too. He wears Van Halen shoes. It's really cute.
I didn't know Van Halen had shoes. I
have
thought
specific Vans, and those are the Vans shoes that he wears.
I thought Kiss was the only band who just sold every article of clothing. And so. Yep. So let's go into this one. This one's kind of crazy.
With my cousins.
The officers quickly uncovered the 112 pounds of illegal narcotics they somehow sneaked through their checked luggage at the airport. And once they all realized they were facing serious prison time, one by one they started turning on each other.
So question.
Yes, ma'am.
They said it's drugs in her luggage. Does that affect everybody?
You said what now?
The guy just told me that is crystal meth in her luggage, right?
There was crystal meth in every one of the suitcases.
Yeah, but the guy, none of that is mine. Like they told them I have all orange bags. Does that affect me?
To be honest with you, I don't know. It's going to be up to the courts.
I'm a parent. Yeah, I don't do that. Wait, so I'm being arrested?
I don't know if you're being arrested or
Yeah,
not.
I'm like, I don't have it. They just went through all my stuff. I don't do drugs. I don't do anything. Drugs kill my brother. I don't do this. I'm a mother.
Were any of the big bags, the girl that's up in the front?
They're hers because she's staying for 2 weeks, but she wanted to check free.
So how did the bags get in your car?
I don't know what's in their
You were the driver of the car.
Yeah, I don't know what's in their bags.
You don't know what's... So those bags are not yours, they're theirs?
They're theirs.
You had no idea?
I had no idea I was driving with that in my car. I don't see who's. I don't. It's not mine.
Right, okay.
Has nothing to do with me.
Nothing to do with you. You didn't see anything. You don't know anything. Well, okay. We're going to move to the next car.
Okay.
All right.
Are you getting paid or anything? Or?
No.
Because they're claiming all these bags are yours.
No.
Okay? All right.
That's not the case.
The story took a wild turn when one of them revealed she was an influencer with 2 million followers and started claiming the cartel was involved.
Don't do this. I'm a public figure. I have 2 million followers on Instagram. She been talking to that man for 30 minutes. I know police. When a police officer take the liking to one person and keep talking, it's because that's the one that's gonna talk.
Hey, Bill.
Yep.
Are we influencers and public figures, and can we get away with this now? So if we get pulled over, can we use that too and be like, I'm an influencer. I got people.
No, Margaret J passed away on November 6th. November 6th.
Yeah.
But as far as us being influencers, no, you have to have a big audience. And in this big world of YouTube, we have the best audience, but we certainly don't have the biggest audience.
Hey, size doesn't matter. It's all about quality over quantity. Hasn't Emily taught you that yet?
Well, Fozzie taught me that. Fozzie taught me that because back in May, before I started doing any lives or doing anything like that, I had a whole bunch of subscribers. I've got plenty of subscribers. I do great with that. And but I was always admiring Kathy's channel because she had something my channel didn't have. She had a community. She had people that loved her and that she loved. And that was interesting to me. That was a neat concept to me. That was something neat, to want to be like. And so talking with Fozzie and understanding what that community brought to, I don't think you can put it in words because in the last couple of weeks when I wasn't able to stream, I felt guilty. I literally felt like I owe it to people. And like I've told Fozzie many times in the past, I don't like to stream because I feel it's taking up people's time. And so it's a weird obligation. It's almost like you just inherited a family and you're like, oh no, other than the love of the family, you also inherited all the drama of the family. You inherited all the stress of the family. I'm the guy with the pickup truck. Everybody's calling on the weekend. Hey, what are you doing today? Nothing.
Yeah, can you help me move?
Exactly. and so, like what she's talking about with the influencers, I'll be completely honest with you. I don't have that many. I would love to get arrested tomorrow. I would love to have a camera on it to get arrested tomorrow. That is easy content. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's hard to come up with content. I know I'm not committing any crime, so I'm comfortable there. I'm comfortable with that. And so if I got arrested, I knew it would be wrong, and I could, of course, explain it away. But it would be a great experience. Now I don't want to get arrested like Big and Show arrested. I don't want to. They tend to leave hurt, people there. But no, it's a. Let's see, Jay, they're talking about Eddie's gone. I didn't even know Eddie Van Halen had passed away. So.
I think he passed in I think I looked that up and he passed away in 2020. I think it was a while. It was a minute ago. I know that.
Oh, Fozzie fixed it up. Not only did he play Eruption, he played it wearing a Motley Crue T-shirt.
Nice.
Absolutely. So Jen and Justice Juniper, we know Recovery Addict. Recovery Addict does a great job. And whenever the Haley thing was going on in Judge Simpson's court, Recovery Addict had a great interview with her he interviewed and I guess the ex's mother.
Mom,
I keep wanting to call it mother-in-law, but the ex's mother, and so just great people. And he did a great job interviewing them, made them feel comfortable, made them, didn't make them feel like a spectacle, didn't make them feel uncomfortable with it, and so.
Yeah, that was the first time I actually was introduced to Recovery Addict. I had never seen them before, so I haven't had a lot of chances to go check their content out, but I do know them by reputation, and everything I've heard has been amazing and positive. So. Yeah, definitely check them out.
Yep, Gina's telling me do not get arrested. And so I will stay away from that, Gina, just for you. I'll have to find other content. And you're right, Donald. Tommy V died earlier in the year, and he was just someone else. He was just someone else who just loved everybody and just a nice person and all. And so, yep. No, Jen, you're great. This is the channel for that. This is the channel for that.
I love everybody.
There's a couple of channels that I'd rather see go away, but everyone else is great. Everyone else is great. And so, never anybody out there who's got a channel, you want to put it out there, go ahead and put it out there. It may not be the channel for me, but it's going to be the channel for somebody. That's the beauty thing about YouTube is it's a big world.
Absolutely.
And speaking of a big world, y'all got things to do, so let's get on with the video.
I was trying to get the bald head dude attention.
That dude on the right?
Yeah.
Is she talking about me?
What I'm finna say, I can't say on a f***ing body cam.
You want to talk to him again?
Hey, your body cam is gonna get. I can't have this on record.
Let me. I'll bring him back. Hold on.
Them people who start with a C, you read between the lines. The people who start with a C.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Give me a second.
Thank you.
No problem.
Hi.
They said they want to talk real fast.
Yep. Well, I didn't want to talk to them because they have body cam and my safety matters.
Right. Now's your shot.
So if I told you that there were more people coming.
Hold on. Did Dummy just say I don't want to talk to them because they got body cameras on, so I'll talk to you in a car with a camera on?
Yeah, exactly. She thinks that she's going to be a confidential informant and that she's a CI and that she's going to get like immunity for giving them all this information. That's what she thinks. That's what she's trying to do.
So this is what I love about this group. You know, I talk about getting arrested, and so some of them are like, hey, if you're in South Carolina, Rivette and Gina and the Painted Blonde and all them will come bail me out. Absolutely.
There you go.
We got to build up a community in every city. That way I'm safe.
There you
To
go.
them with way more what happens.
That's good. Anything you can tell me would be cooperative. If you knew where they were taking it, that would be good.
No, I don't. But I know that she has previous dealings with people who start with a C from Mexico.
Okay.
And
she being Tasha.
Yeah.
So she has ties to the cartel. Tasha or Tasha does.
Tasha does. If somebody come talk to me, I can give them that, and I know who else they was meeting. I know who else was coming because they were dropping me off and going to meet these people. I was going to my Airbnb. I can give you all of that. Will I be home by Christmas?
Where is it coming tomorrow?
SDF.
Okay, Louisville. That's SDF, correct?
Yep.
Okay, do you know who's bringing it?
Yep.
Okay, let me get on the phone. Hold on.
The three women ended up facing federal charges for smuggling narcotics. Prosecutors insist this wasn't their first time. According to court documents, Latasha Weatherspoon was the ringleader, allegedly paying the other two women between $1,000 and $2,000 per trip to serve as couriers. Okay, maybe not your typical traffic stop, but the U.S. Coast Guard released footage showing a semi-submersible vessel spotted in international waters refusing to stop.
That's gonna be hard to get on.
The crew had no choice but to jump onto the vessel to open the hatch that led inside.
This is crazy.
Are we still in the same one with 10 million?
The video
This
cuts
is
out
a
there,
separate one.
but what they discovered was staggering. 17,000 pounds of illicit substances.
Okay.
That's the $10 million.
So this, okay, that's the $10 million. Okay. So, but this is the same one. I went and did comments for a minute, and I come back and I'm like, oh hell, I done clicked on another video.
No, it's the same one.
Yep. So Beldy, I'm trying to think. It looked like the name was Beldy. Said I'd probably be the most boring arrest. You are absolutely right. You are absolutely right, because there's no way in the world I want to get beat up by a police officer. That would be embarrassing. Another one was, no, I don't want to be that guy they're trying to shove in the back of the car and my pants are around my ankles. No, I don't want to be on Biggin. I don't want to be on Biggin. I love Biggin to death. I love what his show does, but I don't want to be content for his show. Let him. I think the way the kids say is Biggin you do you. You know. I don't want to be content there. Hey Beverly, let's jump back into this one.
Yeah.
Along with 5 suspected smugglers. At the time, the street value of the drugs was of $232 million. A woman, her
Wow, it was
husband,
off of
and
the
their
10
young
million.
child were pulled over for tailgating a semi-truck. But what they didn't know is that the officer was already eyeing them with suspicion. So when the cop mentioned bringing in a canine unit to give the car a once-over, the husband's nerves started to crack.
For me, okay?
May I ask for what?
Huh?
May I ask for what?
Yeah, because I'm gonna run my dog on your vehicle.
You gonna run your dog?
Yeah, I have a police canine. It alerts to the 5 odors that I listed. So I'm gonna be walking around the vehicle. If he alerts, we'll go from there. And if he doesn't alert, we'll go from there.
That's
Is there something you want to tell me, bro?
No, I
Because
just
you're
don't
extremely
understand.
nervous, dude. This is what I do for a living, bro.
I get it. I get it. I'm not doing nothing wrong. I'm just driving with my wife down the road.
Okay, I get it. But the thing is,
I just don't feel like there's any reason for you to run any canine.
I'm going to be running my canine, bro. So we're past that point. My canine will be run on the vehicle. Having said that, is there something you want to tell me about in the vehicle?
All right.
So one thing to keep in mind is with these types of arrests, now there are specific drug trafficking teams of state police that go around and they know what to look for as far as pulling people over and like looking for smuggling. They also get tips. And it's always good to keep in mind with while they're arresting these people, how many other traffickers are going by them in big semis full of drugs, and this is the one that they decided to give up to pull over to distract the cops. That's a very real thing. So sometimes they get tips and they know to look out for a car and they pull them over, and this is what happens. And some cartels give them up as a sacrificial lamb so they can get more of their product down the highways. So it's just the reality of the situation.
Yeah. And Junebug's asking to no PT for a canine sniff. I'm worried about a dog
Doesn't
sniffer.
matter.
I'm worried. Yeah. They can sniff whatever they want, but I'm always worried about it because dogs have nails and they can scratch the vehicle every time I see the dog hitting the side of the vehicle.
Right.
And
I always worry about that too.
I've been married long enough to know not to say a word to my wife when I hear her purse clink against the side of the truck.
Yeah.
Just
But
keep
it drives you crazy every time you hear it, doesn't it?
Oh, it does. It does. It'll make me change my mind where we were going. It's like, hey, I want to take you out to dinner. Clank, clank. Never mind. No. Nope. Nope. We're doing this at home. But I've learned better.
That's all I wanted to say.
I already found it, and it's a substantial quantity. You know what I mean? So,
I don't even know nothing.
Do you know where you're supposed to be dropping it in Albuquerque?
No, I don't.
You they just tell you to call when you get there, or what?
I don't know.
Okay. When did you pick it up?
I don't know. I can't. I'm not gonna answer no more questions.
Okay.
You're already booking me, so.
Okay. All right, man. Okay. So, ma'am, based on your behavior throughout the traffic stop, I know you knew about it. Okay.
I didn't know nothing.
Ma'am, this isn't my first day. Okay. I told you in the car. This is what I do for a living. Okay. Don't you think I was asking those questions because I had a good, reasonable suspicion that you were involved in something?
I was not involved in nothing, sir.
Okay.
I was just helping him drive.
Okay.
That's all.
Okay. So you are also under arrest, just so you're aware of that. You're just not handcuffed right now because you have a small child, okay? But you don't get it twisted. You're under arrest, okay? You're under arrest for 3 felonies at this point. Actually 4 because of the child being in the car. All right? You got 3 felony drug offenses, and you also got the child endangerment because she's in the vehicle. Okay? So hang tight with him.
The couple was carrying 165,000 fentanyl pills, valued in the low millions on the streets. With a bust this big, Child Services immediately took custody of the child, and both parents were arrested and held on a $900,000 bond. Many believe someone tipped off the officer, possibly even the cartel itself sacrificing this car, so others with even bigger shipments could slip by undetected. When 2 deputies spotted a Toyota RAV4 tailgating a semi, they flashed their lights for the driver to pull over. But instead of stopping, the RAV4 took off racing toward the nearest exit. What seemed like an easy chase quickly took a wild turn when a white Infiniti QX30 slammed into the officer's car from the side.
What was in the middle of the road? What was in the middle of the road? What was that? Did that blow a tire? Did they throw something out? I don't know. What the f?
The officers were initially confused, as they had no idea what had just happened. The white Infiniti didn't stop after striking the patrol car, and it quickly became clear the driver and the RAV4 were working together. Construction workers nearby witnessed everything. The woman driving the Infiniti was identified as Monique Duraw, with Kyle Willick as her passenger. The very next day, thanks to phone tracking technology, officers were able to intercept Duraw's new rental car on the highway, traveling with Willick and the same RAV4 driver from the day before.
What's this all about?
When a police officer clocked a silver Subaru going at 92 in a 75 zone, he caught up with the driver and pulled him over. But he could have never expected what was about to happen next. It started as a regular traffic stop, with the police officer asking for his driver's license and registration.
How'd you man doing 92 in the 75? If I could just see your driver's license, insurance, and registration, please. You don't have the registration? It's fine. If not, it's fine. This will be fine, man. Can I have you come back to my car? We'll talk back there. Look this over, try to get you back on the road, man.
The officer invited him to chat in his car and told the man, whose name was Gustavo, that he will let him go with just a warning, but had to get some information since he didn't have his registration on him. While in the police car, the officer asked him what his plans for the weekend were, and without knowing, his answer would result in a several decades prison sentence.
Sweet, man. So I'm just going to give you a written warning, okay? Right, Slow it down.
My bad. So we're going to see our cousins, bro. Our auntie just died.
Man, where are you guys coming from?
We're coming from Gallup.
From Gallup?
Yeah.
Before letting him go, the officer informed him that he had to make sure his car's VIN number matches the one in the database registration, and then he would be free to leave. But while checking, the officer made some casual conversation with his mother that would land both of them in jail.
Where'd you guys vacation to? Huh? In Arizona. In Arizona? Nice. What part? Phoenix? Nice. That's a real heat out there, huh?
The police officer not only smelled the odor of marijuana coming from the car, but noticed that the mother's story didn't match. Gustavo told him that they visited his family in Gallup, New Mexico, while the mother said they vacationed in Phoenix, Arizona. This was a complete red flag in the eyes of the officer, but he still gives a chance to Gustavo to clarify his story once they get back in the car.
How long were you guys in Gallup?
Oh, we were not going for 2 days.
Just 2 days?
Yeah.
Before you take off, okay, I gotta address something real quick. So, in the car, I'm getting an odor of marijuana, okay? Have you guys been smoking in the car?
No way you could smell.
Okay, so that odor of marijuana gives me probable cause to search a vehicle.
She has a medical marijuana card, so like technically off the search, right?
I'm sorry?
Yeah.
She has a medical marijuana card, so like...
So...
That just makes it okay to possess.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's fine. She has a medical marijuana card, but the car still smells like it, and you're in possession of the car. You know what I mean?
The officer proceeds to search for the car, but noticed the backpack and suitcases in the back were locked. And as he was trying to open them, Gustavo gets closer and starts yelling he's not allowed to open those, claiming he needed a warrant.
Stay back over there, buddy. Stay back over there. Stay back over there. I'm sorry?
No.
No, I don't. No, I don't. No, I don't.
I love when people know the law.
I'm a task force officer with Homeland Security. That's a federal agency. I have probable cause to search a car.
What's the problem?
Yes, I do. K96 come. Do you have a Laguna unit?
Before continuing the search, the officer decides to wait for backup and to give the family a chance to confess, so that he can help them get a more lenient sentence. The way that would work is by setting up a sting operation to capture whoever they were taking the drugs to.
I'm just gonna be upfront with you. As soon as I go in that bag, you guys start acting up. That's what I'm saying. If there's anything in there, we can try and help you guys out. Get that delivered to whoever it needs to go to, kind of thing.
I'm not saying he does or he doesn't have any, but you should go talk to him, because like I said, I don't know.
Okay, well, I'm gonna put you in handcuffs, okay? Because I don't want you running off. The way it is.
So that comment Snoopy's got doesn't need a warrant, has probable cause for the odor of marijuana. So what they're saying is everywhere in Atlanta is probable cause then.
I guess so. It's like that downtown Austin now too. Even though it's not legal here, I swear when you go downtown, especially when you do 6th Street at night, that's all you smell, and there are cops everywhere.
Yeah, if you go to a convenience store, gas station, anywhere around Atlanta, you can they just openly smoking it. They don't, there's no concern or care or anything. And I'm such a wimp. I'm scared. I'm gonna get a contact buzzer. I'm gonna swear I'm gonna walk past it and then get a drug test on Monday. So it makes me paranoid. But it's strong smelling there. We have a marijuana grow house just a couple of miles down the road, and when you drive by it, it smells really strong. But it's a different smell. So I'm assuming it's the plants. Just the the strength of the plants. And I remember whenever they were talking about building it, they were, no, you can never smell it. You'll never be able to smell it, but you can smell it as soon as you turn down the road that it's on. And so.
Oh, I bet. It's crazy.
But so if they smell it, they can search you. Now, how long does
marijuana
linger? How long does it linger on clothes?
I don't know. It lingers for a while, but I don't know how long. I don't know.
Yeah, I remember whenever I was a kid, my mom smoked. So I remember like whenever I'd go to school, my clothes would smell like cigarette smoke. You know, 'cause
Yeah, the
she
same
smoked
thing
so much
with
in the
my
house.
parents. They always smoked cigarettes and smoked weed, and like I honestly don't know. I'm sure all the time.
Yeah, everybody's talking about where is she going to run to. I don't know where she's going to run to, but I promise you she ain't going to run far.
Yeah, and people do try to still run out in the middle of nowhere. I mean, don't think these people are smart.
Yeah, I don't want to be
catch
the one that
these
gets
people
arrested
on.
20 foot from where I started running because they caught me already.
Exactly.
Or I got winded and had to stop.
Me too. I hate running. I won't run. So you don't have
Right
to worry
now,
about that.
whatever you have in there, you're not looking at state charges, man. You're looking at federal charges. So, like I said, I'm not trying to lie to you. I'm not messing with you. I showed you my credentials. Homeland Security.
What do you mean you'll help me deliver it to them?
That means we'll do a controlled delivery. We'll deliver it to them. Okay, we'll give them fake stuff and we'll take those guys down. We don't want you, man. We want the bigger guys on the chain. That's what we want. But what's in the car, man?
It's weed.
Weed and what?
Like, bro, you need a warrant for the bags.
I don't, man. I
You
don't.
do. I have a lawyer. I know my rights. I know my rights.
I really don't, man.
Gustavo still feels like he might be able to get away from the situation and tells the officer he still can't search the bags because they're locked, which is simply not true. And when he was told that he was going to search the bags regardless, Gustavo started freaking out, and the officer lets him talk to his mother.
But what's in the car, dude? Just be honest. I'm going to search it. Whether you try and mess with me after the fact and you go in handcuffs and it doesn't work out for you and you end up just getting the federal charges and not helping out, it's up to you.
Mom, what should I do? I need to ask her.
Okay, do me 1 second, turn around.
All right, fine, I'll do the controlled buy.
Turn around. I'm just gonna get the THC thing out of your pocket. We take down that guy. Okay? And I don't know, but usually when people cooperate, it lessens stuff for them. You know what I mean? I'm leaving it up to you guys, but time is of the essence to get that done.
Why do?
At this point, it was apparent that they were going to be arrested, and the son was going to be put away for a long time. So they had an emotional hug and proceeded to agree to participate in the sting operation. The police then searched the bags and vehicle and found 160,000 pills, marijuana, and a kilogram of heroin. At this point, the police decided to keep the car moving, since it was likely that it had a tracker set up by whoever was paying Gustavo to move the substances, and arrested him and the mother. It was later revealed that they were being paid $20,000 to make the deliveries, but the results of the sting operation remains unknown. The cop gets a 10 out of 10 on how he handled the interrogation with professionalism, without giving his investigation away. Women are far less likely to drive under the influence, with 81% of DUI arrests are men, and even less likely to be arrested for drug trafficking, with nearly 85% being male. But when officers pulled over a couple for a broken taillight, they quickly found the man had an outstanding warrant. What they couldn't figure out was why the woman was shaking when she handed over her ID.
Hit that for me. No priors, still nervous as hell, the hands won't stop shaking. He's got a commit. That's why he's shaking. I don't know why she's shaking.
We'll go 10-15.
264.
Calm down, sir. Hey, calm down. Calm down.
Hey, step out for me.
Come on.
Face that way.
Face way. Yeah, I'm gonna explain everything to you. Step out. I'll explain everything to you.
Her nervous behavior led officers to call in a K-9 unit.
The reason I got you out of the car is I have a narcotics detection canine. I'm gonna run my dog around your car as part of his traffic stop. He's requested me to do that. So I had you roll the windows up so that the dogs don't interfere with each other. Yes.
See,
All right, so I'm not saying there's anything in there right now. I'll tell you the way this works.
That would
okay?
make me more mad
When
than
was the last
anything
time
else I could
anybody
do.
has used narcotics in that vehicle?
Yep.
Or had
Me too.
narcotics in that vehicle?
Nobody.
So I'm gonna search the car. There's not gonna be shake. There's not gonna be.
You're not searching my car.
I am searching your car. My dog alerted on the car. Probable cause to search your car. So.
No, he did not.
Okay. I'm not gonna argue with you. That's
Sir,
right.
you cannot search my vehicle.
If you start arguing and interfere, you're gonna.
I can tell you, you
No.
cannot search my vehicle. You have no reason. What's your probable cause?
My
She's
dog
so
alerted.
tiny and
No,
loud.
he didn't.
Yeah, he did.
No, he didn't.
Are you a canine here?
Don't make that
Stop,
sound.
stop. Hey. Haley. Here's the thing.
So you know the difference in
Haley.
I'm not even smacking you. You're not a canine.
Yes, Rivette, we've changed the videos. We talked about it for a while, and we went through all kinds of stuff and changed the videos. You're just not paying attention tonight.
Gosh, Rivette, get on it.
It is so funny watching this little girl looking up while she's yelling at the police officer, like she's telling him what he's
Right?
going to do.
I want her to stomp her foot so bad. I want her to just look up at him and stomp her foot and be like, no, like a little kid.
She looks like, I was going to say, she looks like she's got about 10 or 20 years before she's at the foot stomping. I see, when I thought of the foot stomping, I was thinking of mom. I was thinking of, someone who's just fed up with life.
Oh, yeah, that too.
Maybe my wife is
Can
childish.
I pet that dog? Hi, Victoria.
I was going to say, it's maybe my wife's just childish.
That too.
That's what it is.
She has to deal with you. Like, come on, give her some slack.
Yeah, she's got pills for that, though. All right.
You're not searching my vehicle.
Can you get your dog? Stop. Can you get your dog out of the car for me? Yes, no, maybe, why not?
After a search, they found a bag containing narcotics. The woman denied any wrongdoing, but both were arrested and charged with possession.
I'm about to put you in handcuffs.
That's not my stuff. That's not my stuff.
Open the car.
That's not
You're gonna get more charges.
Stop.
That's not mine.
Stop.
They say you should never...
All right. Should we start it over just to mess with the Revette?
Definitely. So funny.
So don't
the
do
next
drugs.
one we have, don't do drugs and don't traffic drugs. More importantly, like, don't traffic drugs. That's stupid. Like 160,000 fentanyl pills. Like, are you kidding me? That's every single one of those could kill somebody. Every single one.
Yep.
Oh, it just drives me crazy.
Uh-oh.
But the next one that we have actually is a little bit more interesting because she has methadone on her. And we don't get to see a lot of arrests where they actually have methadone prescribed to them from a doctor. So I thought that was going to be an interesting one for y'all to see.
Driving drowsy is dangerous, but is it illegal to sleep in your car?
Hey, everybody. This is brought to you by Police Insider. Go check them out.
Laws against sleeping in your vehicle vary from state to state. Certain parts of Florida make it illegal to sleep in your car. And depending on where you park, that quick catnap could be interrupted by flashing sirens and a cop tapping on your window.
It's the sheriff's office. So, how you doing? What's going on?
I'm traveling, and I stopped to just take a nap because I was too tired and I didn't want to fall asleep at the wheel.
Okay.
That's all.
Where are the pills in the back there? Are those prescribed to you or no?
Yeah, they are.
Can I see them?
B20, B22, status check. Which, I'm sorry, where?
The orange ones on the ground. Do you not see the orange bottle of pills on the ground?
Oh, the red one? This one? Oh, sorry. This one?
Yeah.
Actually, this one's my stepdad's.
Hey, I'm going to jump in real quick. We're going to allow stuff like methadone and Suboxone. We're going to allow stuff like that in the chat. Mods, thank you guys so much for all that y'all do. But I've got a way around that. I'm just saying I got a way around that. And so as long as we're talking about drugs and not glorifying them, hint, hint, Junebug and Linus, we should be good. And so, but yeah, so just as long as we're talking about medicines and even street drugs, YouTube is okay with it. I just have to talk with YouTube on each video and talk with them about it. So we're going to allow we're gonna allow some of that stuff there. So we're good there. Yep. So feel free to have the conversation. Just understand that we don't support drug use of any kind. We're not making judgments. We're not, you can talk. Just understand that I still got to run a dang channel. I still got to make some money. The bills are due. So, here we go.
Sorry.
It's your stepdad's?
Yes.
Do you have a patent? Okay.
Do you have a patent?
Have you taken any of that today?
No, I haven't.
Is he traveling with you?
Not right now, no. He lives in Charleston, South Carolina.
Okay.
But he just, I live in Orlando, and he just moved back down to Charleston. So, I travel back and forth from Charleston to Orlando.
There's your PC right there.
basically every single weekend.
What's that?
Is her name Amber?
Yeah, what's your name?
I'm sorry?
What's your name?
Jennifer.
Jennifer. What's that?
Walgreens prescription bag right here for
Do
Amber.
me a favor and hop out of the car while we're talking. You can take the dog with you too if you want.
It's fine. I'll leave him.
Okay. Is he gonna jump out or bite any of us or anything like that?
No, he shouldn't.
Is that your purse over there?
Which one?
The one on the ground?
Yes.
Are those prescription bottles yours?
No.
No?
Those are my sister's.
What's her name?
Amber. What?
Okay. Did you pick them up for her? Is that how that works? Where are you coming from?
Sir. Orlando.
Orlando?
That's where I live, yes.
Okay. Orlando. So you headed to Orlando?
I'm headed to Charleston, South Carolina.
Okay. For what?
So that's where my entire family lives.
The issue is Jennifer, Amber, what's her name?
Jennifer.
Jennifer. The issue is that you have two different people's prescription narcotics in your car, okay? So this deputy is going to search your car. Okay? Is that, do you want to hold the dog so we're not messing around with him? Yeah. Do you have a leash for him that you can...
I do. Let me just find his leash really quick and I'll...
Who's this car registered to?
My stepfather.
Okay.
So I was just telling him I'm a co-signed owner on the financing, but I think whenever the finance company did the registration, I believe it's just under his name.
So when you just grab the dog and the leash, but don't grab anything else from the car, okay?
The female's suspicious behavior led officers to believe that she was hiding something from them, but soon she started making some damning confessions.
Your first name is Jennifer?
That's correct.
Jenniffer?
That is correct.
You have a driver's license out of Florida?
I do. But to be completely honest with you, it is suspended.
Okay. Wait, did she say her name is Jennifer?
Okay, so catch me up real quick. She's got the medicines. What was it? This hiding methadone. So why would someone have the methadone and not have a subscription to methadone?
Because people who get prescribed methadone will sell it. That's why you have to not only have drug tests at your clinic to make sure that you're not taking anything else, but to also make sure you're taking what's prescribed. Because if you keep coming in, say you're prescribed 50 milligrams a day or whatever your prescription is for, and you go in and you keep drug testing completely clean, then they know you're not taking your medicine and you're selling it.
So if methadone is not a drug, if methadone is not I'm going to get high drug or I'm going to live my life drug.
It is. You can get high off of it. You can abuse it.
Well, how in the hell are you sober if you're on methadone?
Because it takes away the withdrawals and the cravings, and only in higher doses, if you abuse it, can you really get high off of it.
But it just gets you. But does it get you addicted to something else instead?
It could, yeah. I mean, just as far as I have a dependence upon my methadone. I could not just stop taking it. I'd go through withdrawals just like I would heroin. So you have to taper off of that too. That's why I've been on a really long taper, and it takes a long time to taper.
So you get off of heroin, but now you're on methadone, and if you quit methadone, you have
withdrawal. You get onto methadone so you don't abuse opiates. It binds to the opiate receptor, so no other opiates you use can get in there and make you high. And then it makes it so you don't crave and you don't have any withdrawals, and then you step down off of that, and that's how you get completely clean and sober. But not that being completely off of it isn't best for everybody. That's a whole different discussion. But yeah.
Okay. So
but they used to prescribe methadone and they still do prescribe it for pain management.
So will there ever be
it just like any opiate?
Will there ever be a time when you don't have to take it, or are you there for life?
If I wanted to. No, that's totally person dependent. Some people get off of it completely. I have been off of it one time where I tapered all the way down to 6 milligrams, and then I completely stopped because I thought that 6 was a small enough dose to just stop taking it, and it wasn't. And that was actually the day that we got into our really bad car accident. So then I was messed up from the car accident, and so I went back to the clinic to deal with the fact that I was recovering from my car accident and in pain, and I didn't want to be in pain and relapse because I was in pain and all of that. So now I'm back on it, but you just have to do a long taper in order to get off of it successfully.
Okay, so Forgive me for sounding dumb on it. I'm trying to connect all the dots. So the methadone is a drug that you can get high off of, and so you're taking the drug that you can get high off of so that you don't take the drug that you can get high off of.
Right. You can get high off of methadone. That's not usually what it's used for, and it has to be a pretty large, like a larger dose than normal for you to get high of it. Or if you've never taken it before and you were to take it right now, you'd get high.
Okay,
so for people who are opiate that are addicts, it doesn't make them high because their tolerance is so high.
Okay, see, I can understand it. I can understand the justification simply because you know the source of it. Simply because
you.
But
it doesn't make me high. It doesn't, like when I was taking it, it doesn't make me high. It just makes me not crave the heroin. Like I can be totally functional, not high, and feel like a normal person. If I don't take it at all, then I'm going through withdrawals and I don't feel good, and then I get cravings and yeah, it's just awful. So you take it to kind of maintain an even keel, and then you take, the idea is to take it so you get off the heroin and then taper down so you can get completely free of everything.
Okay.
But in my opinion, I don't think you don't have to. I don't necessarily agree with the blanketed notion that everybody should be off of everything. If you need to take a small dose of methadone the rest of your life so you don't have to use again, I think that's fine. I think it's the same thing as taking antidepressants, and you never stop taking your antidepressants once you get happy again. For me, that's the same thing. But each person's different.
Right. And I'm 100% anti everything, anti marijuana, anti everything. And my sister-in-law got cancer, and the marijuana truly helped her. She did it legally. Mm-hmm. She did the process, and it truly helped her. And so that kind of put it in perspective for me, because I know her character. I know her soul. She's not just a weak addict. She's not just a junkie. She's, it truly, it acted as a medicine for her. And so therefore I have to accept that it can be a medicine. But, and I'm not trying to get too personal with you, but hell, that's what the show's about. Do you consider yourself sober?
I do, because I'm not getting high. My methadone dose is so low that it's a maintenance dose. It's just, so I don't, for one, I'm tapering. I'm just doing it really, the slower the taper, the better. Like I'm doing like 1 milligram every 2 weeks to a month. Which the doctors always say the slower the better, because it's just the best way to do it. If you could get off of it fast, everybody would. But yeah, if it does physically hurt when you stop taking it, like withdrawals physically hurt. Like that's another thing I was going to bring up. The first guy that we watched with Judge Fleischer, and Judge Fleischer had accused him of sniffing. That's one of the biggest indicators that you're starting to go through withdrawal. Your nose will start running. You'll start feeling flu-like symptoms. You'll start getting feverish and get cold sweats. Every muscle in your body will start to ache, and you'll starting to get cramps in your muscles. The weird thing that my body does is I can't stop yawning, and then my jaw muscles will get like a Charlie horse, and they'll cramp up, and that's super painful. And I don't know why it happens, but that's my one main withdrawal symptoms. Like I'll yawn a bunch and my jaw will lock up.
Wouldn't it be funny to find out that jaw pain was from talking too much?
No, I've been talking so much forever it's used to it. So
okay,
nice try though.
Okay, but on the sober side, so Judge Boyd says that if you're taking methadone, you're not sober, and we've discussed that before, and discussed how that's kind of a BS comment, but to someone who doesn't use anything, it's technically correct. It's I guess you say it's just not being understanding of what the reality is.
You wouldn't. My argument again is you wouldn't tell somebody who's depressed once they got happy to stop taking their antidepressants. So if I have to take a small maintenance dose for the rest of my life, so I never pick up heroin again, that's a win to me.
No.
But that's my opinion. So.
But see, you're wrong there, because someone like me who's never taken antidepressants, that's exactly how I feel. That you're happy now, so stop taking your happy pills. And so it's being naive if you've never had that pain, if you've never had that problem. It's doing that. And, with the company I work with, we had a new trainee, and I was trying to explain to her that we treat alcoholism as a disease, because we're told that it's an illness. That doesn't mean we have to understand it, but we have to treat it the same. But for someone who's never taken drugs, and I'll put me and Judge Boyd are in the same thing. We'd say, okay, just stop taking methadone. You're on probation. If you want to stay out of jail, stop taking methadone. And for someone who's in that, someone that's in that situation, they might as well go ahead and go to jail, because that's just not, okay, I'll stop taking methadone. In 6 months, you'll revoke me for being on heroin.
Right.
And so,
I mean, that's kind of how I feel about it. So, like, yeah, if it keeps people out of illicit drug use, and now that fentanyl's and everything, like, you never know when the next time will be your last time using. And so, yeah, I mean, it's a necessary evil for me. Like, I know people don't like it. Judge Boyd doesn't agree with it, and that's fine. That's her opinion. I mean, she's got her own experiences, and I have mine. And in my personal opinion, if I have to take a small dose so I never relapse again, if I have to take the dose the rest of my life, I'm fine with that. But that's me, and I can only make my own decisions. Everybody else should too, whatever's best for them.
So. Right. So to this comment here, CBD is helpful and contains no THC. So here's what messes that up for people who don't see the benefits of it or use it. The way it is sold, in the CD gas stations, makes it makes it bad. The way it's advertised and stuff, they advertise it like it's garbage. They advertise it like it's bad. And Kimby was saying one day before that, alcohol is on the front shelf of everything. I was looking at energy drinks this morning. Me and Emily were out, and I was looking to get a drink, and I joked with her because I went over one aisle and looking at all the different colorful beer cans and all the pretty different Four Loko drinks and all that stuff. I was like, I'm just looking for an energy drink this morning, and she goes, "Yeah, our aisle stops here." And so, but it's there. And people, I'm not sure what you mean by that's not a fair comment. I don't know if it's somebody else or was something that I said, but I promise you that if I'm saying it, that's how I'm feeling. But it doesn't mean that it's true. It just means that's how I'm feeling. Because, well, for one, I believe that somebody who's done heroin, if they're only on weed, I believe that that's a good thing for them, because they've toned it down. They've at least moderated it down. And so everything's dependent on the person too.
It's not. There's no cookie cutter. There's no cookie cutter solution to it. I mean, even like you have this experience with your son. Like, not even every rehab is built for everybody. Like, somebody could go to rehab and it just not work for them because that rehab just doesn't click with them. But a different one might work wonders. So it really is a personal thing where everybody needs a different one. And that's the problem. We don't have mental health services. We don't have medical services that are open to everybody. And that until we get that under control, we're never going to tackle the addiction issues that we have in this country. But
even if the science is agreed on, you're going to have some good old boy doctor from Alabama, and look, I'm Florida boy, so I'm right there with the good old boy system. You have some good old boy doctor in Alabama who's going to have a completely different perspective about medicine than a doctor in maybe Seattle, or a doctor in Austin, or a doctor in New York City. And it's also because of what they've seen. It's because of what they've dealt with. There's probably been some doctors who haven't seen some of the devastation happening with some of this other stuff. But
yeah,
that's why I like this show, is because we can actually have some sort of debates and talk about some of that stuff. Because like Jay Michigan saying alcohol is surely a drug. Absolutely. That was my son's drug. That's my son's drug. My son tried plenty of other stuff. I don't know what drug my son didn't try. Wasn't interested in none of them. Alcohol, couldn't get enough of it. It was, I'm gonna go get one drink just to take the edge off of life, and then, where did I wake up? Why did I wake up? And no matter what, Eileen's saying they're not happy pills. Eileen, I have a beautiful memory. I don't even remember what we were talking about there. So as far as happy pills, no, there are happy pills. There are pills to make people happy. There are pills to make, and the best way my wife describes it is, it makes words not cut as deep. It makes words not hurt. It makes, if I say, "Hey, are you going to the store?" She doesn't say, "Why should I not be going to the store?" And so there's, people take medicine for all kinds of different things. And I'm right there with you, Pam, about her comment as simplistic and naive. No, absolutely. But so many times so many times, people come in with heroin in their system and they're like, oh, I don't know how that got there. I was editing a video with Judge Simpson where the guy's saying, oh, I must have had some cocaine in my jacket 18 months ago. And I just took it to the bathroom and threw it in the toilet. And that's how I've got cocaine in my system twice in the last month.
Yep.
And so these judges, they get jaded too. They get, but with Alli, with what you're doing, if you're on the methadone, you know that it's not tampered. There's no fentanyl in it. That it's not being tampered with, and
exactly.
if you get pulled over, if somebody hits you in an accident, you're not going to jail.
Exactly.
And so it's trying to.
We actually just had our deposition this last Monday for our car accident. And I had to tell them that, I was on methadone at the time of the accident. And the guy who hit us, his attorney, tried to come after me for it too and use that. And it was like, no, I have prescriptions. I have drug tests. I have everything. They took blood at the hospital specifically because I wanted them to make sure that they knew that I didn't have anything else in my system other than the 6 milligrams of methadone I took earlier in that day, to make sure that I wasn't going to get all messed up legally from it.
Well, so let's say you're abusing methadone. Let's just say you're just getting wild on it. Will it affect your driving?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's just like getting high. Yeah. It'd be like if you took heroin or fentanyl and any other opiate, if you took too much of it and got high, you'd start nodding out and passing out just like anybody else. So yeah, but let's continue playing this one and you'll see what she's got, and you'll actually see she actually has the little bottles that they do, which I've never seen.
I'm sorry, officer. Just to correct you, first name is Amber.
Your first name is Amber?
That's correct. I said Jennifer because of the license being suspended. I didn't want you guys to find it.
So is your name Amber or Jennifer?
It is Amber, yes. Ashworth is my maiden name.
Is it still your date of birth?
Yes, that's my maiden, yes.
I'm wondering if she's got warrants because...
AMBER? 223. 1065, name and date of birth out of Florida.
I apologize for lying to you guys. I just, like I said, my license is suspended. I'm working with a lawyer trying to fix it, and it's just been...
First name's Amber. Hey, her first name's Amber.
Yeah, she just gave that to me too. Yeah, Amber.
So when we ask you, are those your prescription pills?
They are, yeah.
So why'd you tell me your name was Jennifer?
I was just telling this officer, my license out of Florida is suspended, and I'm working with a lawyer trying to get it fixed.
So you just committed a crime right now? Just avoid, you weren't even driving a car. You just committed a crime. You just provided false ID to law enforcement.
I know, I just told him, when I gave him the information, I gave him the correct...
But you already did it. You already gave me the wrong information.
You told all three of us that your name was Jennifer. Is Jennifer your sister?
Yes, she is.
Okay.
She's got someone else's DL on her purse, too.
Just be up front.
I know,
okay?
I know. And that's why
we can work with a suspended license. We can't work with lying.
She's got a
right there. A lockbox.
To Jennifer.
So pause. Right there. Pause it.
Yep.
That's exactly what I have. I have a lockbox just like that, and that's exactly what my methadone bottles look like. So when they give you, those are for daily use. So each one of those is for a day. It's got your name, it's got the dosage, and it has the date you're supposed to take it on the bottle. And so those are the ones you get to take home. And if you don't play by the clinic's rules, they'll strip your take-home privileges and you'll have to go to the clinic every single day. Now, I've built up to where I can take a whole month of take-homes home, which is a big deal. It takes a long time. I think you have to have 2 years of everything clean before they'll give you a month. But I haven't had any issues, and I get mine... it depends on what I'm doing, but either 2 weeks or a month at a time. But that's exactly what it looks like. That's exactly the color of the medicine. There's a quote from, if you've ever seen the series on Netflix called Painkiller, there's a clip in that show where a kid asks his dad, who's going to a methadone clinic, what does methadone taste like? And he says a little bit of cough syrup and a lot of bit of cat piss. And that is the most accurate description of what it tastes like.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like, yeah.
I'm going to jump in. Look, I'm great at sticking my foot in my mouth. But in all reality, with people that say not a fair comment, that being on a maintenance dose is being on drugs. It's a therapeutic dose, and that's a medical thing. I have a big problem with judges debating doctors. Judge Fleischer does it all the time with the medical marijuana guys. I think all the medical marijuana doctors are snake oil salesmen, and I think they're taking advantage of the system, taking advantage of the laws, but they're still doctors. So I have a big problem with if a doctor prescribes it and it's legal. I have a big issue with, one, the judge knowing, because you should have the rights to your medical health care being private. But two, I have a big problem with them debating it. That doesn't mean I respect Judge Fleischer less. That just means I disagree with him. And I think that's the great part about being human. I think that's the great part about being able to even have these debates, is that we can disagree on them. And we're certainly not going to learn anything if we shut our mouths about it. If we have our opinions and stay in the corner, we're certainly not going to learn anything. We're not going to learn to, understand anybody better, because I don't know anything about methadone. And getting to know Alli, that we've had plenty of other conversations, but one thing that's brought us together was discussing this stuff. My son being in a bad situation, and Alli coming from a bad situation and being successful, getting through it. We were able to learn from each other. But I was definitely that guy saying, well, if you're on methadone sounds like a bad drug, so you must be a druggie. And so, we're getting to learn about it.
Let's see if I can see it. That's mine.
Okay.
Oh, it doesn't. You can't see any personal info, but that's
you can see some at the bottom. Theirs looks better though.
Yeah.
It looks like cough
Yeah,
syrup.
we used to have square bottles, but they changed around. But it's the same color, same thing. Yeah. So that was the reason I picked this clip. I wanted somebody to see. We don't see actual methadone in the wild in any of these videos, and I was really shocked that I found one. So I wanted you all to see what it looked like, and yeah, I just thought it was interesting.
Yeah. And like Idaho's saying, I'm truly fearful of me without my meds. Absolutely. Absolutely. We're all, we're human. So in the end, we've got all kinds of, good.
Go ahead.
You're blurry.
I was just going to, hold on. It's because I messed with my camera. Hold on. I'm going to get close and then it'll.
There you go.
There we go.
Bright and shiny.
Your question, you didn't realize it was in liquid form. So my clinic does liquid form. Other clinics do wafers that dissolve in water. Some of them do it's not methadone. It's, come on guys, tell me. There's another one that's it's like strips that dissolve on your tongue. Subutex, Suboxone. Suboxone comes in pills. Suboxone comes in little strips that melt on your tongue. But yeah, my clinic does liquid methadone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's continue watching.
Oh, well, hold on a second. I got Alleen's getting sparked up. You said antidepressants as happy pills. I think antidepressants is a big old wide variety of medicines. There's a lot of different ones in it, and I think some people call them happy pills. And if that person calls them happy pills, that's fine for them. If you don't like them being called happy pills, that's you do you. People can call it what they want to do. Alli calls her medicine crime juice. There's people that would be truly offended by hearing that.
My husband calls it crime. He either calls it guilty juice or crime juice, depending on the day. But that's our dark humor.
Right? No, absolutely. But some people would be offended by that. Some people would be brokenhearted by that. And in fact, I drink something called Bang energy drinks. They're great. I love them. I'm a sissy. I'm paranoid of even trying a Red Bull. For some reason, I'm convinced I'd have a heart attack if I tried a Red Bull. And these things have more caffeine than a Red Bull. I don't know why. This is just how my brain works. Mm-hmm. And sometimes at the counter, someone's like, "Hey, how does that taste?" I was like, "Well, my assumption is it's better than meth." Mm-hmm. And that's just because that's in the end, that stuff just makes my life better. It makes me happier. Is it healthy for me? Probably not. It's so much better than getting a soda to me. It's so much better than some of the garbage I could have. And so, in the end, it's my compromise. And I'll take that compromise any day. I'll take that compromise. I don't want to go in there and get a candy bar. I don't want to go in there and get Skittles. I look at Judge Fleischer all the time and looking at how thin he is and watching the candy he downs on a daily basis. That's amazing.
He runs a lot.
Oh,
he
absolutely.
runs. I don't run.
So I'm gonna run just a little bit less and not eat the candy. We're just gonna have to compromise there. And so
There you go.
but Judge Fleischer handles his business, and that's great. But I couldn't eat that candy like that, because if I eat candy like that, I'd be as big as me. And so let's see if we can get through this video.
Okay.
And that's the one to Jennifer. I haven't even finished searching back here, but I mean, I think it is. If it's the same as like Suboxone.
These are my sisters, Jennifer.
Okay. It doesn't. I mean, you can just have it in your car though without her bringing it in. You know what I mean?
She actually left it in my car yesterday.
I know, but
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it just doesn't look good for you, you know. I mean, like, I get it, right? Like, I pick up my wife's prescriptions and everything, but they're usually still in the prescription bag when I do that. You know, so I don't know. Do you still have your cigarette package on you, or did you take that?
Yeah, it's right here.
Can I just check that real quick?
Yeah, sure.
And you just put it on the ground for now. I'm putting on some gloves.
But yeah, no, the ones that I just picked up were mine. The ones that were out of the bag and in my purse, those were mine. And yeah, the other ones, yeah, my sister told me she left her box in my car yesterday because we were traveling yesterday. Also, I was telling him I'm basically traveling and driving for like 3 days. You know?
And who has the tent top?
That's my stepfather.
Okay, what's his name again?
David. He's the one that's registered. Me and him are both on his car.
The female was in possession of 3 prescription drug bottles, apart from the one that was prescribed for her. None of the bottles were properly sealed, and although dated only a week earlier, they were significantly used up.
I mean, I'm like, you know, I'm not into any illegal activity, you know, so drugs will be in my car, you know, nothing like that. Like, it's, you know,
so
worst thing you know.
If you would have said, if you would have gave us your real name the first time,
it was
okay,
stupid. It was absolutely stupid.
It's pretty easy to. It's pretty easy to determine that. Okay, those are your prescriptions. All right, and then this is your stepfather's car.
Yeah.
His prescriptions are in there.
Yeah.
Okay. But then you give us your sister's name. Then you have 2 different people's prescriptions in the car.
Yeah.
One of them's not related to the car at all.
Yeah. No, I get it.
So that's why we're out here. And then you say that you're lying to us. How do I know you're not lying about taking those prescriptions?
Dog back in the car? Yes, I put it back in there. Okay. Since you guys were done searching.
Nice. What's his name? Odin. Hey, buddy.
Odie. He pretty much answers to anything.
I'm getting all excited.
Yeah, he loves attention.
Do me a favor, put your hands behind your back.
I'm not getting arrested.
You are.
You gotta take the rest Can I make a call?
Yeah, well, let me ask you, do you have anyone to come close for your dog, or no?
I mean,
who's the closest person who can get that dog?
My boyfriend.
Where's he at? Okay. So I'm gonna take the dog to the Humane Society.
I'm not gonna wait for him to show up.
Hold it. You can call the Humane Society and come grab it, okay? It's gonna be the Humane Society of Tyler, Borough Palm Coast.
What am I doing?
So right now you're being arrested for providing false name to Leo. Okay. The gabapentin, that's not yours, and the that's not yours.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't tell me your name's Jennifer, and you know. I mean, come on.
And like I said, I lied at first because of the license thing, and I shouldn't have. You know, I absolutely I take full responsibility for that. I mean, if there's any way at all that you guys
Once the cuffs go on, they'll come off. Okay, so what do you want me to do with that dog? You want me to leave like a phone number that they can call? Like you have your boyfriend's phone number, or what?
Yeah.
Do you not have it memorized?
No.
Memorize his phone numbers anymore.
Alright, let's walk over to my car over here.
And then what happens to their medication? Do they have to like?
It's gonna go into evidence.
Do they have to?
So that sucks.
No, it's obviously.
What's that?
So that sucks. So they're taking the medication and they're logging it into evidence. So let's just play devil's advocate and say that whatever she's saying is 100% true, that medicine, that those 2 bottles of methadone belong to her sister, or whoever she said that they belong to, and they just happen to be in the car, and she's not using them. There's nothing nefarious. They just happen to be in the car. Now her sister's going to have to go without her methadone for 2 days because they're they're confiscating it. They're not going to give it back to her. I doubt. So that sucks. Like, I can go 2 days without taking my methadone without having any negative effects. I don't know if that's the way it is for everybody else. So I would be fine 2 days with no methadone. The third day, I'd probably not be feeling great. And I have no idea if that's the same way for anybody else. But that sucks. That's all I wanted to say.
So we're almost at the end of the video.
Yeah.
So shouldn't that person just be able to go to the clinic and say, "Hey, my dumb sister got arrested, and so I need a hookup"?
Yeah, they can, but the chances of them doing anything about it are slim to none. I mean, with opiates, like even if you're on a pain contract for like pain meds through like a pain clinic, and you have opiates, if like say you got your purse stolen or your car broken into and they got stolen, and you have police reports backing it all up, or you have video of you accidentally knocking over your pill bottle and all the pills going down the drain, they still won't replace it. It is zero tolerance. So I honestly don't think that they would replace it.
Are you trying to say that people that have these habits are prone to lying?
Yes.
Okay.
A little bit.
Okay. Yeah, and Pamela, I was thinking about that with a police report they'd replace, but I know most places it takes upwards of a week or more to get a police report.
Yep, here it does. I know in Austin it does. And Pamela, you're right. It does. It takes there's a really long half-life with methadone, so it stays in your system a long time before you start like feeling the effects of withdrawal if you go a couple days. So, yeah.
Yeah. I didn't pay attention to that video, but I would assume shouldn't the sister have been keeping the stuff on herself?
Absolutely. You shouldn't have. Yeah, no.
Oh,
you shouldn't have anything in your possession that doesn't have your name on it.
It shows how much I don't pay attention. Kelly was saying that exact thing. They were just saying, "What's your sister doing with your meds?" The whole time I just kept thinking, "You got to be responsible for it." And even like my wife's medicine, I wouldn't be caught with that. I have no business having her medicine. And I'm fairly certain that it would be able to explain, it's her medicine. And thinking about that, I think she does have some medicine in my truck. I probably need to think
as long
about
as it's
that.
not controlled substances, it's not a problem. But when it comes to controlled substances, then you got a problem. But if it's like, like heart medication or blood pressure pills or birth control, like that stuff is not a big deal. Controlled substances are what you got to worry about.
Yeah. So earlier on the introduction video, I had a wonderful American flag, and I actually put a little thing on there that said, "Lena, it's not your flag." But it was actually covered up with the American Courts logo, so I kind of messed that up. I feel bad about that.
That's what you get. That's what you get for being mean to Lena's.
Yeah, I don't mind though. Thank you guys for coming out.
Yeah.
We're going to do this show again tomorrow night. And we're going to try to do it again every night all the way through Christmas. We may, it all depends on what Alli wants to do on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. But every day that I'm available, I'm good to do it. And I would love to be able to have these conversations more often. If you got your feelings hurt in the conversation, that's not always a bad thing. I'd prefer that you didn't. I'd prefer that you had a lively conversation. And, if you have something to say, please say it. I want to learn. I want to understand it better, because like we're talking about the half-life stuff of it, I don't understand how that works. But if you want to have these conversations, have them, bring them up. My email's in the channel description. You can always send it through there. But also Discord. I know Alli checks Discord, and I know Revette and some of the other mods check Discord. I'm bad at Discord. I'm still old man. I was actually looking at something I couldn't figure out why it was on, and I realized I wasn't even on my Discord, and so
yeah, that happens.
and so make sure to send us the information. Kim is awesome at sending videos. Thank you so much, Kim, for that. I truly I feeling hurt. Good, Billy. Oh,
feeling hurt. Good.
You can always leave Victoria to be mean. She's always a bully.
Yeah, she is.
So, But bring up some issues, because in the end, Alli's had a heroin addiction. I've not had any. Hold on, cheeseburgers. Yep. So I've been addicted to cheeseburgers. But in the end, if you've got some sort of addiction or some sort of weirdness, something that you wish people could understand a little bit better, jump on. Absolutely. Help us understand a little bit more about life. We're all in this together.
And big thank you to all the Biggin Raiders, and thank you to Biggin for sending everybody our way. We love you. If you guys don't know who Biggin is, please check out his channel. If somebody could throw up his link, he's fantastic.
I think everybody knows who Biggin is, because if you go to Biggin's lives each day, it's like all of YouTube is together at Biggin's at 6 o'clock.
Well, if you guys don't know who he is, find out who he is, because he's amazing, and follow him.
Absolutely. And Kathy with Court Vibes, she has given me a run for my money. She is putting up like 100 videos a day. And so during Christmas break, make sure to get over to Court Vibes and watch all the videos. She is throwing them up. And what I like about Kathy is I'm a Judge Fleischer, Judge Simpson, Judge Middleton kind of guy. Kathy has got judges that are closer to me than some of my family that I've never seen or heard of. And it's awesome to get to watch some of those judges. Some of their accents, make me feel I'm at home. Some of them just truly, it makes you feel more at home when you hear similar accents. And so I like watching some of Kathy's, because she shows judges from all across the country, ones that I've never thought of. I'm starting to watch more appeals courts and watching some of those. I'm going to throw some of those on for the members only part. But
cool.
But anyways, watch Court Vibes, and if you get time, watch us. And if you get even more time, I put out videos during the day that you can watch. And we'll all see you guys at 4:30-ish, sometime in the morning. Yeah, Pam, 8 o'clock p.m. is whenever we do streams. That's Eastern time. I call it American time because Alli's on America minus an hour time.
Yeah.
And so I grew up in Central time, and it was always, the TV shows that you'd watch is, hey, the show's on. It was always Dan Rather. We're on at 6 Eastern, 5 Central. And so that's how the TVs used to always work. But now we don't have TV, so we're always on. And so
that's right.
All right, that's the longest exit I've ever done. So we're going to get out of here. Y'all have a great night.
All right. Good night, guys. Thank you for coming.